Good morning, Advent friends. The devotional for this morning, December 8th, centers around the pressure we put on ourselves to be perfect. The devotional begins with this quote, "The greatest illusion, says the mole, is that life should be perfect." I think if we are honest with ourselves, we all struggle with pressures we place on ourselves to be perfect. I think the thing we have to examine is, where does this pressure originate? Most of these expectations for perfection are unrealistic, but how do we keep them in check so that they don't steal our joy? The author today recommends we have patience with ourselves. He states, "It is very difficult to be compelled by a desire to make things perfect and to have patience with ourselves at the same time." That's a great quote, and I totally agree with it. But what does that look like in my life? For me, it's about living in the moment, trusting God, and scheduling my life to include things that bring me joy. And, as my friend Lynn Blackman loves to say, sometimes you got to be okay with it's just good enough. 7 years ago, I read Shina Nyquist's book, Present Over Perfect. I recommend it to anyone who wants to be more present and less consumed with perfection. Following that book, Shanna wrote a devotional called Savor. In the month of December, she offered a devotional that speaks to this rub between being present versus being perfect. I don't think it's a coincidence that she included this in December. Unfortunately, December, which should be a time of expectancy and joy, becomes a time of frenetic activity and pressure to do all and be all. I can only imagine what Jesus thinks of all this. So, I leave you with this devotional from Shanna from Savor. I pray that it will serve as an encouragement to you that the one who loves you the most already sees you as perfect. The devotional is called Holy Present. My intention for this season is to be present over perfect. I determined to add nothing to the to-do list. I abandoned well-intentioned but time-consuming projects, and in their place, I'm making rest and space priorities so that what I offer to my family is more than a brittle mask over a wound-up and depleted soul. Either I can be here, fully here, my imperfect, messy, tired, but wholly present self, or I can miss it, this moment, this conversation, this time around the table. Whatever it is, because I'm trying and failing to be perfect. Keep this house perfect. Make the meal perfect. Ensure the gift is perfect. But this season, I'm not trying for perfect. I'm just trying to show up every time with honesty and attentiveness. One thing's for sure. If you decide to be courageous and sane, if you decide not to overspend or overcommit or overschedule, the healthy people in your life will respect those choices. And the unhealthy people in your life will freak out because you're making a healthy choice they're not currently free to make. Don't for 1 second let that stop you. Blessings and peace to you all during this Advent season. Amen.